Hey everyone out there who's watching this video. I've had an Akrapovic exhaust on my C6 for the past few years, and I've had several people over that time ask me to do videos of it and to talk about it, what I like and what I don't like, and I've never really done that. What I'm going to do today is a cold start of it. It hasn't ran for a few days now. It doesn't really run much because I don't really drive it much because I have this A3 that is a little bit more fun, but we'll get into that later. What I want to do is a cold start, and then I'll let it get up to idle and let the cam chop a little bit. And then at the end, I'll kind of talk about some things I like about the exhaust and some things I do not like about the exhaust. And we'll see why. This is kind of my last chance to make a video like this talking about this exhaust. So we get the garage door open here so we don't die. So I recently put headers on this car, and that changed things a little bit for me when I did that. And we'll talk about that some more after. So let's go ahead and do a cold start here while we look at that. How well this is going to come through. This exhaust has a tremendous amount of low tones along with it, and they probably do not get captured very well. I don't know, it sounds like the car's missing or something, I don't know. It kind of chops around sometimes, maybe a bad spark plug, bad wire, who knows. If anybody has any thoughts as to why the thing might be shaking around this much, feel free to let me know. As you can see here, I mean, it's almost, you get nauseous riding around in it because it's just vibrating around back and forth all the time. So we'll give it another minute here so the idle can settle down. Kind of chilly this morning. So if you're watching this video and you know anything about the Akrapovic exhaust, you probably know that it's dual mode. So right now the flaps are open. I have a few different ways to close the valves here. I have this awesome little mild to wild switch, and then I can also control it through my dash logic. So I'll go ahead and close those valves. There you can hear the valves closed. So let me get back there. That does quiet it down quite a bit. Makes it sound a little more raspy, gets rid of a lot of the low tones that you feel in your chest all the time. So I'll do a short little rev here with the valves closed. Look at that blue car, it's amazing. So there was the valves closed, and now I'll open them up and do the same little rev. Again, while we look at the blue car. So yeah, there it is. So we'll go ahead and shut this off and close the garage door and talk a little bit more about what I like and what I don't like about this thing. I'm gonna guess my neighbors probably don't like anything about that Akrapovic exhaust, but first let's talk about what I like. So the tips are amazing. The build quality of the exhaust was amazing. If we look underneath here, car's kind of dirty right now, so I don't know why. It's been kind of cold. You can see underneath there, I have the additional bracket added in to help keep the mufflers from breaking apart. You can see the carbon fiber tips, the nice size of them. what I really like about this is on the C6 cars in general, you can never get the exhaust to line up right. All of them look crooked and just trashy, and that's something that I could not have. So do one more look here at the back. Okay, let's get that garage door shut. It's in the 20s right now. Not really pleasant in my unheated garage. Okay, so to wrap this video up, I bought this a few years ago. When I bought it, the car had stock manifolds. I mean, the car is mostly stock now. It has a few mods, but it's basically stock because I don't like to mod things because mods don't really add value, but we'll get into that later. So I bought this a few years ago on a Black Friday, kind of ironic because now it's Black Friday. And I really enjoyed it. A lot of people talked about the drone and how they hated it and everything. And for me, it was fine because I had the factory exhaust manifold, so no issues there. As I said, I like the ability to line the tips up. You can see I really got the tips dialed in. It took a lot of time to do that, unfortunately, but everything looks really good now. It's all lined up good now. I love how it sounds on cold starts. I love how it sounds outside of the vehicle. It gets a tremendous amount of attention at local events, car shows, stuff like that. So now let's talk about what I don't like. So anytime I drive this car, I absolutely despise this exhaust now. Putting headers on this car ruined the exhaust. Anything under 2,000 RPM, valves open or valves closed, it drones to a point that it is unbearable. To elaborate on that a little bit more, there was recently a car show that I went to in Eureka Springs, and that was the first highway trip I took with this car since putting the headers on. And I had to keep the car in 4th gear or 5th gear on the highway. I really had to keep it above 2,100 RPM at all time. Otherwise, I mean, it pounded the inside of my head so bad. Gave me a headache. It was just miserable experience. So if you have headers and you want a really high quality exhaust that looks amazing, go ahead and buy the Akrapovic one. If you want to drive your car and enjoy your car and value your hearing, then yeah, don't drive it. So at this point, I'm kind of faced with a dilemma. I mentioned in the beginning of the video that this might be the last opportunity to do a video of the car with this exhaust on it. Basically, it's get rid of the exhaust or get rid of the car, because other than just being a fancy little garage ornament right now, there's really not a whole lot that exhaust has going for it. So if you guys like this video, I could do another one just talking about the overall mods on the car and give a little bit more detail on the car. I guess if this video gets like, let's say 10 likes on YouTube, I'll do another video just talking about the car in general. It's a really cool car to look at. But other than that, I don't know, just kind of meh. So again, appreciate you taking the time to watch this and to kind of get my opinion of this exhaust. And if you do like this video and you want to know more about this C6 in general, if I can get 10 likes, maybe subscribe, and I'll do another walk around video in a few days or so. So again, hopefully this helped you out in your exhaust purchasing decisions. And remember this blue thing over here, it's incredible. So that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, guys.